Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Aidan, Tell Me a Story. Today we have a very special guest, somebody who is, I guess, kind of like a mom to me.
A little bit.
Somebody who I have admired and been inspired by and looked up to my entire life. This person, I think, is maybe the coolest person in the world. I don't know. Question mark.
What?
Does she get on my everlast nerve?
No.
Yes, but that's because she's my sister, Kristen Danielle Tucker the third. Moore. Oh, Moore. Yeah, right now her current obsession is Julianne Moore.
Julianne? Okay, well.
And I don't know if Julianne Moore is going to like her back.
It's rude.
But true.
You don't know that. You speak so authoritatively on, like, things generally, but, like, you can't. Maybe she watches this and is like, who's that girl?
That's my girl.
Uh-huh.
Well, too bad, because that's my girl. And you can't have her, Julianne. All right, let's get into that.
All right.
Okay, usually I start off with how we met, but, like, you met me first.
Yeah, so.
How was that for you? It was pretty amazing, wasn't it?
I don't remember it.
Do you have a lot of... Well, first, let's start off with, if you're following me, you probably already know that my mom was a crackhead. My dad was in prison, raised by my grandparents. It's been life. I've kind of made a thing out of it on the internet. But I think it's important for me and for other people out there, which is the reason I do it, to be able to let people know that they're not alone and that our stories, even though they're crazy, it's not unique per se.
Yeah.
There's other people who experience crazy things, if not worse, if not better. And I feel like it's important for me to share my story so that others know that it's okay for them to share theirs.
Yeah, especially in, like, a world where, like, you sometimes might feel with social media or even just in your community, like, oh, everyone came from this ideal home and this good situation, and you're like, oh, I'm the only one. You're not.
You're not. I'm glad that you're here because now everybody can know that I'm not a lying liar.
Yeah, you're not a liar ever.
I try not to lie.
Yeah,
I don't like
you.
lying. It makes me feel uncomfortable. And then I get in my
It doesn't
head
make
about
me feel uncomfortable, but
different people. So now we know her truth. Love that for you.
Love that for you.
What memories do you have from childhood? Is the reason you don't remember that much because of all of our trauma that we went through?
I remember a lot, but I don't remember the same things that you do because I think we were separated some, you know? And
A lot.
And then like when you were living with mom Peggy and grandpa, like I was already older, and at one point in college and moved out, all that stuff. So we had just different experiences that way.
We're like 8 years apart. So the thing that
Even though you like to say I'm super old.
Yeah, I do. It's one of my favorite things.
Not.
She is. She's like
years.
ancient.
I mean, I sometimes feel ancient.
Sometimes you're 8 years, sometimes you're 9. It just depends on when our birthday is.
That's fair.
Yeah. But how I always explain it to strangers is that you bounces around from family to family, house to house.
Yeah.
And brother was with mom through the whole crack phase.
Yeah.
And I was with grandpa and mom Peggy primarily. Like I got to live with mom like
just a little bit.
Like,
yeah. But those were really her worst years, you know?
Yeah, I know.
So you lucked out in that way.
Did I?
Not being with her?
Oh, not being with her for sure.
Yeah. Josh, I think, had it the worst.
So she told me that and that's another thing with mom. She can vouch on this. Sometimes mom doesn't understand. I want to preface all of this conversation, everything with, this isn't us talking mom.
No, but we do that.
We do that sometimes, but like it comes with the territory. She did crack, so we can do this.
We can, yes.
But this isn't to diminish or make her feel bad or anything. This is just our realities and our truth and what
how we deal with it. Yeah.
And this is definitely how we deal with it.
We talk about it.
A lot. Me more than her now, but she's older. She's old.
And wiser.
I just feel like mom doesn't always validate our realities and our experiences. And I think she thinks that we had a different upbringing and a different, how do I phrase it, a different reality than what she thinks we had.
Yeah, I think I hear her a lot of times saying like, that didn't happen, or you're remembering that wrong. It's a little gaslighting.
I was just going to say, let's do it together.
Okay.
Gaslighting. I want to do it one more time.
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
It is a little bit. But I think in some way, let me put my psychologist hat on. I think in some way that's her way of
Coping.
Yeah, and just I think as a mom, like it can be really hard to think on your mistakes. And so maybe like the way she's protecting herself is to go like, oh, that didn't happen or it wasn't that bad or whatever.
I mean, that makes sense too. I mean, I know you don't feel like I have, but I feel like I have processed it a lot more than I did previously. And I feel like I know there's a long way for me to go.
No, then you did previously, yes.
I feel like there's a long way for me to go still, yes. But I feel like looking back, like looking at it from her thing, I understand why she does it because she doesn't necessarily want to be there.
Right.
I feel like it's an escapism for her in a way. I feel like it's her not, if she doesn't validate the truth that happened, then it's not at all.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wasn't also all the way coherent then. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
So if you ask me what I did when I was super drunk, I might have a different version of events than you might because I was not all the way there. So
Yeah.
it's similar.
Yeah.
Just drunk on crack.
Crack cocaine. So what do you remember from your childhood?
Oh my God. So much. Like, there's so many stories.
You remember mom before crack?
I do, but like in snippets.
Snippets?
Maybe she wasn't like using, but what I'm remembering is like her going out a lot and her drinking a lot and not being home. And I just remember really, especially at that time, because I was like 6, 7, 8, and I really just wanted a mom. I remember being in the underground parking garage at North Cross Mall, North Star Mall, whatever in San Antonio. And I was humming this song. I'm not going to sing it, but the lyrics were like, I wish I had a mother and a father. And I remember mom saying like, oh, what are you humming? What's that song? And I was like, nothing. But we were going into the mall and she was using someone's baby in their stroller so she could sticky fingers some shit in the baby stroller. Which is fine, whatever. Like, I don't care, but
growing up with her was such a different childhood for, like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I didn't experience as much as you did, and I'm grateful for that in a lot of ways. I'm grateful I did not experience what brother had to go through either.
For sure, me too.
But I will say, even the bits and pieces that I did, it was crazy. It was crazy, and it was. I don't feel like it was what the idea of a mother that I have should have been.
For sure.
And I don't think we were put in situations that we should have been put in.
Definitely not.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I think I was telling you a story the other day of her like trying to run me over in a parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know what we were doing. And at this point I was like 16, 17. And I think 17, so I was already living on my own or with friends or whatever. And we were in San Antonio for some reason and it was early and I was doing her a favor, right? Like something so wildly inappropriate. Like it wasn't this, but like I always had to pee for her,
I did too.
So that she would pass drug tests or whatever. And if you didn't do it, she would make you feel so bad. Like somehow her world was going to fucking fall apart and it was your fault.
Yep.
Right? Like, and then you'd feel guilted into it. And at the time, I remember thinking like, oh, I am terrible, right? Because like, I don't want to do this. And now as a mom myself, I'm just like, Anyway, so we were in San Antonio for some reason and fighting about something. And she was using at this time pretty heavily. And I lived in Austin. We were in San Antonio. I was so angry with her for whatever reason. And I was like, fuck it. I'm not doing this anymore. Let me out of the car. And we're in like this strip mall and I get out of the car and like start walking across the parking lot, like toward a vet hospital or something. And she starts like driving at me in this big parking lot. And I didn't have anywhere to go because it's pretty open. People are watching and she's yelling at me out of her window and I'm crying and like trying to get away. And she keeps driving at me and stopping and I'm trying to like get out of the way of the car. And I just like, do you know what my most visceral memory of that was? Seeing everybody standing there watching.
Mm,
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I do.
and I'm this young girl and I'm saying like, Mom, stop or whatever. And I'm crying and no one's doing anything. No one called the cops. No one, like, they couldn't stop the car, but nothing. She didn't run me over. That was good.
But
But she left, which I wasn't going to ride back with her. And
she did try to run you over with
oh, that's the thing, right? She was like, I didn't try to run you over. Like, if I wanted to hit you, I would have. And I'm like, okay, but as a person who sees this car like zooming toward them, you don't know, am I going to get hit or not? Because that's what it was. We were on the highway and she was driving like 90 miles an hour and she's very reckless and like
crazy,
especially when she's
crazy.
angry.
Yes.
She's like swerving and like we almost got into several wrecks and I was like, fucking pull over. I'm not doing this anymore. So anyway, whatever. So she left and I had to call a friend to come get me and from Austin to San Antonio because I was like, I'm not getting back in the car with you.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like back on that idea of no one stepping in, the idea of like people watching and not doing anything is like, I remember one day we were at Fiesta, Texas, and she was pregnant with you at the time.
Mm.
And we were with your dad. It was Josh, Mom, your dad, and me. And they were fighting. They would always fight. And, you know, your dad was really violent and physical with Mom and with us. He had started hitting her, Mom, but we're in line in Fiesta, Texas, like with all of these people around. And he grabbed her by the back of her hair and was like shaking her head. Nothing.
People didn't do shit.
Didn't say anything, didn't do anything. Like, I can't tell you the number of times in a public setting that I have intervened in like someone hitting their kid or even arguing, just being like, hey, are you okay? Do you need help? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And that blows my mind.
It doesn't mind because, you know, my most viral, not my most viral, but one of my big stories that I have told on TikTok and stuff is the time that Mom Shauna bit Mom Peggy on the boob. And yes, Mom Shauna had just gotten out of jail.
Or rehab.
No, it was rehab, but she went to jail and then we picked her up out of jail. It was something like that, but it was definitely jail. And we were told to take her straight home, but Mom Peggy had to run an errand and I was hungry. That's what it was. And so we stopped at Dragon Place. I had a $5 bill. She thought it was part of the Illuminati. She went crazy. We were driving and we ended up, Mom Peggy was like, fuck that. We're taking her back to MHMR, which is the mental health place.
Right.
She ended up throwing brother's phone out of the car and calling him the devil. So he had to walk there. It was just a whole thing. She was like, at one point she went back and Mom Peggy were like, whew. But then she came busting out of the door and she was like running around crazy, like looking for me, saying that I was like the savior. I was the chosen one or some shit. At one point I was standing up against the wall, standing there, and she looked me dead in the eyes and didn't see me. And then Mom Peggy like blocked her off and threw me the keys and was like, go to the car. And I went to the car and brother had been in there for some reason.
Yeah.
But no, Mom Peggy didn't throw me the keys. She just said, go to the car. And brother had just been in there, but he went to the building next door and he left the window cracked this much, right?
Yeah.
And I see Mom Peggy and Mom Shauna coming out the front door and they were fighting. And you know, Mom Peggy was a big woman. So it was like, for me, it was just so overwhelming watching Mom Peggy have to fight Mom Shauna for me.
Yeah.
It was so traumatic. And then the only reason Mom Peggy had her in a headlock and Mom Shauna bit Mom Peggy on the boob and that's how she got out of it. And she ran towards me and she was like reaching in the car window and I was kicking her with my feet at the window because all the doors were locked, but I was kicking at it with my feet and I was calling 911 at the same time. I called 911 like 6 times and they did not answer. And it was crazy. And my most vivid memory besides Mom Peggy and Mom Shauna and the whole thing really is all the people at the door standing there just gawking.
Watching,
they were like,
right?
Nothing. They were the whole time. And at some point she opened my door and I was kicking her with all of my might. And then somebody came and tackled her to the ground and she was laying there and they handcuffed her and arrested her. And she was sitting there like looking at me like, I'm sorry. And she was like crying and she was like just being manic still. And
that breaks my heart for both of you, actually. Like, I can't imagine I know this is like, I know how hard that must have been for you because we've all been in those situations with her, but like maybe because I'm old now, um, or
Old
because I'm a
adjacent.
mom, or like I've made lots of mistakes, not like smoking crack. I haven't done
Thank
that,
God.
but the night's still young.
If Julianne Moore asks you, who knows?
No, oh gosh, not even Julianne could get me to do it, I don't think. But it breaks my heart for mom too. Like, to have to remember that. And I hope she doesn't in some ways. Like, she wasn't in her right mind. And this is something I tell you all of the time about her because I've done so much work maybe with my therapist and honestly writing too, but mostly with my therapist of just like this idea that she didn't wake up when she was a little girl and say like, "Oh my God, this is what I want to be when I grow up," or like this is how I envision my life. These are my hopes and dreams. And knowing her whole story, like this is actually something I want to write at some point, sort of how the system is set up in a way that it really wants to break you down and keep you down, and how hard it is to get out of that cyclical, to get out of, to break that cycle, I guess, like to, you're on probation, so you can't get a job, or you were in jail, so you can't get a job. And, you know, at one point she lost her nursing license and
She said she gave that up.
she did not. That's a complicated story. We can get into that later. But then you have like these fines and these things that you have to pay while you're on probation. It's like a fucking Netflix subscription. You have to pay it monthly to be on probation. Like your ass is on probation and you have to pay to be on probation, but you can't really get a job, or like you're just trying to get your shit together. And if you don't make those payments, like you've then like violated the terms of your probation, and then you go back in. And so it's this, just this
Yeah.
thing, right? Like
A
that's
cycle.
right. And that's part of why like the recidivism rate is so high. So I think sometimes I really have a lot of sympathy and sometimes empathy, but sympathy for mom because like I just can't imagine how hard it must be to look back. Like I look back sometimes in my parenting and I go like, oh man, I raised my voice, or like I was really snappy because I was, you know, in a gym for 8 hours with 700 screaming kids. Like, oh, I wish I would have had more patience with my daughter. And I feel so bad. Like it breaks my heart when I think about just little things throughout the day. I can't imagine looking back on these big moments or even just all of the time and going like, I missed out on fucking all of it.
Yeah.
Like, here are these people that I created and I love them so much and I love being part of their lives now. And all I want is for them to forgive me or for them to love me or whatever, right? And to to look at like your life and to have so much regret. I can't imagine how hard that must be.
Yeah.
But I think that's something you and I talk about a lot, is
And
that at this point I'm just kind of like no longer angry.
And I really feel like that's really stems from you having a kid and you
For sure.
having Max, because there is still so much that I am processing and there's still so much I need to, but there's still things I'm remembering, and there's still things that come to me. Like a few years ago, what really struck me, one situation that we were put in, is the fact that, you know, Bob was mom's drug dealer for many years, and
And a sicko.
a sicko.
He's a total pervert,
He was
gross,
very
disgusting ex-cop.
he was a cop.
I think so.
I don't think he does not give cop energy, like,
Or doesn't he?
but all I know is
Back
that
the
he
blue.
made me so uncomfortable to my core. Whenever he would say hi, like whenever I would have to go in there, he would like tickle the inside of my
I can't.
hand.
I can't.
He
Yeah.
would talk vulgarly about you, about Anthony, about mom. He
So
would just
gross.
sexualize everybody. He sexualized me.
Right.
It was just so uncomfortable, and it smelled
Yeah.
so terrible.
He had like 100 cats.
And I have such a weak stomach. You had and have.
Right.
But I couldn't do it. And there would be so many times that we went over there so often. And
So gross.
So gross, so nasty. And
like his house, I think, was condemned. Like he recently,
yeah,
he didn't sell it,
he
but
recently went on drugs again, like real heavy. So he's
Yeah.
not like any kind of,
but
there's more to it.
Okay, go.
My point is like, Mom would always get mad at me, especially as I got older and I stood firmer in my boundaries.
Mhm.
And I was like, I don't want to go in there. I'm not going in there. She would be like, that's so rude. Like
Right.
you're being rude, like ungrateful. But like that was
That is her favorite word
for me.
Ungrateful.
For you too.
Yeah, of course.
Ungrateful,
So
ungrateful. And so now I'm like grateful out of spite. And she like turns out and she's like, see, I did that. I made you be grateful or whatever. And I'm like,
No.
you, I'm grateful because I'm here. I'm not grateful because you made me. Ooh, it pisses me off. But that's besides the point. The fact that she flipped that and was like, you not going in there and you not accommodating him or whatever is rude. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
yeah. Let's say it again. Gaslighty.
Gaslighty. Because it's like, you're my mom and I'm telling you this man makes me uncomfortable.
Like, even rewind, like, should we be going into this crack house?
I mean,
like, legitimately, okay, so one day
well, she said that he only ever gave her weed, but
maybe, I don't know. But we were there for whatever reason. And again, I was young. Maybe this time like a sophomore in college or something. I can't remember. But he wanted to pay me to pee on him. Ew. I didn't do it, obviously.
You're like, oh, but here's the $20.
No.
But
no, it's so gross. Like, I was a girl. Who fucking does that?
It's so gross. And the fact that she put us in these situations is just so insane to me. And even when after she was sober, like when I was going up there during my teens or whatever, she had been sober at that point.
Yeah.
From crack.
Yeah.
Because what I know, correct me if I'm wrong, but she did crack from when I was 3 till I was 13. Which is a 10-year period.
Yeah.
This is what I know.
Yeah.
I thought it was from when I was 6 to 13, but recently, within the last year and a half, she was like, no, actually, I started when you were 3. And so it was 10 years of her being on crack. And so at that point, she wasn't doing crack anymore. It was weed. But
well, the lifestyle was still the same, though.
The lifestyle
like the going out.
The friend she hung out with.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. I kind of remember Mary Jane.
And like Mary Jane wasn't there. Or maybe she was, but they burned down that hotel.
Yeah. But there's so many things. I have another vivid memory of her taking me one of her friends' houses. And her friend was a raging alcoholic. And
I wonder who it was.
Alcoholic, like day, night, always drunk. And I don't know why I remember this place. So I do kind of, because during this time, this friend had like a flip out, a manic drunk moment. And raging out. And I was just in this stranger's house with Mom and this lady.
And I think that's the thing, like, that's kind of important to understand, is that even if heavy drugs weren't involved, so many of these people had some serious mental health issues that, like, even if they weren't high, they still acted fucking high. Do you know what I mean? Like,
they weren't in their right mind.
No.
And she always makes it a point to be like, don't judge druggies, don't judge alcoholics, don't blah, blah, blah. But
for sure, though. Yeah.
But it's like, don't put me in the situation.
100%.
And I don't want to surround myself with those people. 100%. I'm not going to judge them. But it's also like, I'm not going to hang in those circles. I don't want to be there. Yeah. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in that lifestyle at all or near it.
Right.
Because I've already had my fair share.
Right.
I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm such a big believer in, like, you don't know where a person comes from. You don't know their past. And so, like, we all do things to cope or, like, have been whatever. So I don't judge either. And also, but that's a little bit different too when kids are involved. Kids.
And we were kids the whole time.
No, that's right. That's a hard line. Anyway,
it just doesn't make sense to me, the situations that we were put through and in, and I don't think we should have been. No. My back hurts too.
I know. To say the least, we should not have been put in those. I feel like so many of the stories we're telling today, and I have so many more, are good for stand up.
I did use them in mine too when I
You
first
did?
went up.
I did stand up for the first time
She
yesterday.
did, and she crushed it.
I
Here's a
don't know
little
about
video
that.
of it.
No, don't. We're not showing a video.
I'm showing a little
No.
video of it.
No.
Not the whole thing.
Not the beginning.
No, not the beginning.
Okay, good.
Aidan's my brother. Our mom was a crackhead. Is he crackhead? I don't know.
It was really good though. The beginning was the best part.
Yeah.
But so he does this stand-up thing every Monday, and
Fims and Friends.
Shout out. He asked if I wanted to do it, and I'm so much of like a, yeah, fuck it, like whatever, let's do it. But I didn't prepare for it. And I have never, ever done anything like that in my whole life. Like not even an open poetry mic.
That's crazy.
And I write. And so, but I've never done that and have never considered stand up as like something I'm interested in trying. But you said like, let's do it. It's low stakes.
Super low stakes.
And yeah, so I was like, fuck it. So we get there. It was after, no, it wasn't the day of Pride.
It was the day after.
It was the day after. And we had slept like 4 hours because we stayed up till like 4 a.m. And we go, it was in Harlem, and we were there, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. I didn't prepare anything. I literally had nothing.
And I was like, no, you're doing it. I already paid for you. I ended up having to go first because they pull it out of the bucket.
Which was very brave.
It was brave, but I had nothing prepared. So I went up there and did 2 little bumps, and I left because I was...
Which actually gave me the courage to go, because I was like, okay, well, he went up there and it was like a minute and a half long.
If that.
I can go up there and just say something and no one's going to laugh and I'm just going to walk down. So fuck it, I'll do it. And so I asked his friend, your friend Sophia, like, hey, can I have some paper? And so she gave me some paper and I just wrote down a couple of notes like, what can I say? What can I say? And then they called my name and I went up there and my heart was beating so fast.
She looked like she had it so under control.
Oh, no. So I went up there and I told my little things. And here's the thing. It was so much fun. One of my favorite things in the whole world is putting myself in really uncomfortable situations. I love to run super long distances. I like to do CrossFit.
She did the Boston Marathon 8 months pregnant.
7.5 months pregnant.
8 months pregnant.
There's a big difference. Anyway, and so I was like, okay, well, let me just go up there and be uncomfortable and see what happens. And like, just, deadpan, like no one's going to laugh. And
everybody laughed.
It was fun. And so after, I was just like, when I get home to Austin, I'm for sure doing this again. So I feel like in my head, and even on my phone, like I've been jotting down some notes of things that I can do. So I kind of want to see like,
I'm so excited.
Is this something that like I could do for fun? Like, could I play with it and maybe have a little bit? And
I'm going to be so mad if she becomes a superstar before me.
I mean, I probably will become famous because I'll be on the tabloids for marrying Julianne Moore.
I mean, yeah, but that's like...
And then we're going to live in a brownstone in Brooklyn.
And then your comedy career will take off.
I definitely didn't run all over the streets of New York this past week and shout Julianne Moore's name.
Cut to some videos.
Julianne? No.
Over and over and over and over again. We didn't find her.
No, not this time. Next time.
I like this positivity.
You're welcome. This is
new.
Sister's first time coming to New York City, and I've been here 10 years. But that's okay. She had Max.
Yeah, I'm a baby girl. It was fun. We had such a good time. Pride was amazing. Your friends are amazing.
I do like my friends. I wish you would have got to meet all of them, but that's okay.
We went to this place called $3 Bill.
Yeah.
Julianne Moore wasn't there.
She would never be there.
Well, you never know. But anyway, so that was a bit much, but we did some booty shaking.
A lot of booty shaking.
You know what's funny too, or like, because you sent me a bunch of videos from this week, and I was looking at all of your friends who are like so young and like wearing these cool things, and I was out in a linen dress. Like, I'm a mom, obviously, but I just really look like a mom. I give real like mom vibes, and so I was probably like 72 years older than everybody else who was out. Or they just looked super young.
I would say not 72, more like 53.
Okay, yeah, like, anyway. But it was a lot of fun. So that was my favorite thing that we did.
I also feel like your coolness comes through. It overpowers your...
I think you just think I'm cool.
but all of my friends liked you, and like even have DM'd me like, love her. So like,
well,
I feel like there's
I
some
think it's
truth
because
to
I
it.
just say shit, like you pointed out today. Apparently,
she's autistic.
my therapist wants me to get tested, but I won't do it because what's the point?
So she just says things sometimes, and that's something that
To
really
strangers
it
too.
gets on my nerves sometimes
Oh.
because she lets things out that I'd wanted her to keep in her head. But that's okay. That's okay. She has autism. I'm gonna let it go. But
Do.
yeah.
Like your Lennon,
Oh no, that's because you're a white girl.
half white.
Yeah, see, just like me. Just like me. We are half Mexican, half white. That's a fact. I mean, for the white side, for the Mexican side. We do love being
Oh,
Mexican.
Selena. Oh, you were going to high five me? Okay. We do. It's
Bitty, bitty, dum,
beautiful.
dum.
It's a beautiful, wonderful thing.
But we're more so specifically Tejano.
Yes.
Tejana.
There's a big difference.
There really is a big difference. I love being from Texas.
I love being from Texas. I don't love that we're in this really fucked up political climate at the moment, but I love Texas. It is my home. I miss it. I'm homesick. I texted my friend Maria the other day, and I was like, yesterday maybe, and I was like, I woke up so homesick today. Is that silly? And she was like, yes, it's silly. I don't know. There's something that happens to me anytime I leave Texas. I immediately get homesick. It was weird because I felt homesick as I was packing to come here. Not like that I didn't want to be here or like I'm not having a great time. No, I'm having a great time and I love it. And I love you. But I just love Texas. I love the heat. I love the hill country. I love everything. But it's my home. It's in my bones. Do you know what I mean? My bones.
Yeah. One of my favorite memories from my childhood, the lights amongst the many dark
puddles of dark.
Yes, the fires that were started everywhere. Some of the greenery was what a couple of my favorite memories, right? Because I feel like you were my root of like calmness amongst the storm, if that makes sense.
Sure.
And so like one time I was up there visiting mom, I want to say, and I guess she like pawned me off to you. And drugs.
Then I would have been in college at the time.
You were.
Okay.
And you were living somewhere in Austin, and I remember playing Mousetrap with your friend Derek.
Yes.
One of my first crushes that I had as a kid.
Oh, that's right.
I was like, what?
Not your type at all.
Not my type at all.
We know your type.
But and in that same place we also dressed up and sang our hearts out to Ashley Simpson. So a constant album throughout my whole life has been Ashley Simpson's autobiography.
So cringe.
So
on a Monday
I'm waiting, but Tuesday I'm fading. By Wednesday
no, it's so bad. I
can't sleep,
breathe. Don't
something.
know. It's been a while. We sang it today in the streets of New York, along with Sierra Farrell, who's Sierra, if you're listening. Julianne, don't get jealous. But Sierra Farrell. And we also sang Ashley, Celine, and Sierra.
And Celine is another one I remember so vividly. These are some of my vivid childhood memories.
All right, go, girl.
We were driving in front of HEB, and you were about to go drop me off to mom. I don't know what we were doing before, but I know that we were in the car. You played Celine Dion's I'm Alive, the live version. We jammed out.
You were so young.
How old was I? Because I remember that memory so vividly.
You were so young, and okay, I have one for you. Another vivid memory of mine is we're in my car and I was driving you to meet mom at a laundromat or something. And that song came on and I was singing it at the top of my lungs. I sound just like her when I'm in the shower. Anyway, and I'll never forget, you turned to me, you were so young and you were like, you know, you actually have a really good voice when you sing Celine Dion. And I was like, what? And I don't have a good voice. And you were like, yeah, you sound really good when you sing with her. And I was just like, oh, you love me. That's why you said it. But
so enough about sad memories. Let's talk about some good memories, okay? That's just
for later. Got it.
For early.
Yeah.
But That's cute, sister. I
Isn't that
love that. I am
cute?
such a good little brother. Also, one of my reason. So my favorite color is orange.
Because I liked orange for like 20 seconds.
Yeah. So I
Now I hate orange.
really wanted to be like my sister growing up. And so she loved the color orange. That's all I remember that so vividly. And then I was like, great. And so I loved the color orange. I loved it so much. And then next thing you know, she changed her favorite color to white.
I remember that.
And I did not like
Whose
the color
fucking
white.
favorite color is white?
Only white girls.
We like natural fibers.
She shipped up natural 100% cotton fiber bed sheet set for
because he sleeps on microfiber and jersey knit, and I can't, like, it makes my teeth hurt.
Autism.
Like I can't, like, if it touches my hands, I can't do it. If, like, I'm nauseated right now thinking about microfiber.
And there's nothing wrong with autism. I just want to point that out. It's just a fact.
It's fine.
I still have an orange rug right there.
Oh, it's rat-a-tat-and-tatty. He needs to get rid of it.
I've had it since I was 10 years old. It's in front of my mirror, so I put shoes on it. It's not really, but it's nice.
It's a good memory, but it's not nice.
I mean, it's definitely not I mean, it is high quality. It was from Big Lots. It was $10.
I don't even remember that, but
I remember it because I saw it in Big Lots right after you bought it for me.
Oh, okay.
Or I think I wanted it.
Why the fuck was I in a Big Lots?
Wait, we were in a Big Lots together and I wanted it and you bought it for me. That's how it was.
Yeah, I do believe that. I remember that, actually, now that you're saying it. But why was I in a Big Lots?
We were with Mom.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That rug has been through so much. Brother's dog pooped on it at one point in time. I remember that was at the same house where Mom left me and brother home alone for a day and a half.
And they didn't have electricity. I would go pick Josh up a lot.
I didn't have electricity.
Maybe not.
But
maybe you didn't, but like a lot of times that would happen to Josh where he'd leave her and she'd disappear, or she'd leave him and she would disappear for like days at a time, and he'd call me and like, Mom's not home and we don't have electricity or food.
That's crazy.
And here I am, like, working 85 jobs and like in college. And
yeah, this is the one mine was the one where it went viral on TikTok, where she left and we set up booby traps in the house and I had my pillow and brother made us ramen noodles. And...
Do you know I would set up traps for your dad?
Really?
Yeah, like he would beat the shit out of Mom, and Josh and I would like stash weapons, and I had this doll that had like a really hard head, and I was like, I can carry this around and he's gonna think it's just a doll, but if he hits her, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. And I did. I hit him so many times. Like, I nailed him in the nuts with an aluminum baseball bat. And then like they had this oscillating fan, but didn't have a front on it.
Very crack house.
No hubcaps. Anyway, and I had this fear that now, like, I know is irrational because it could not ever happen. But in my little brain, and I think it might have been like a metal, like one of those old school metal fans. Yeah. And I thought, like, he's going to stick her head in there and he's going to cut it off. But I was like 7 or 8, maybe 6. I can't remember. 7 or 8, probably. Yeah. And so when they would fight, I would go unplug the fan so that she didn't get her head cut off. And I'm really grateful she didn't get her head cut off, because just generally, that's not a good thing. Yeah. But she was pregnant with you.
Oh, yeah.
So there'd be no you. Although, isn't there that story in the news right now that, like, with a woman who was brain dead or whatever, and they kept her alive to
months. Yeah.
To deliver the baby?
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't have to get into too many politics, but I would set up booby traps all the time for your dad.
That's crazy.
All sorts of things. We'd stash everywhere so we could. If I see him, I will still hit him.
Don't do that.
I don't give a shit.
So my dad has come a long way, and thankfully, I was just in the stomach while he was beating her. I didn't have to go through all of that.
You don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember it. Maybe that's why I'm gay. But yeah, no. I feel like he's come a long way, and he's a good dad to me now,
But he doesn't want you to be gay.
No, he hasn't said that anymore. There was only one off.
Good. That's good.
But
I need to let go of that hatred in my heart. But
you do, for you.
Yeah. For me, no, but I don't ever think about him unless you're talking about him or like right now.
Okay, so how has your childhood shaped your motherhood?
Oh, well, I knew exactly what I didn't want to be.
The crackhead.
Just not present. Do you know what I mean? Like
Not present.
yeah. I knew, oh, this is gonna make me emotional. I love really, really hard. Whether you're a kid or my family or someone like I'm interested in or a friend or like I love so hard, and I have all my life like been told I'm too much, I'm too much, I'm too much. And I know, oh, imagine that. We're not. Are we too much, or is like everybody else just not enough? Just food for thought. But like I knew that I wanted to give all of that to one person in a way that wasn't a responsibility. Like I think the way that I parent is, it is my job to love you, obviously, but it is not your job to validate me. It is not your job to love me back even. It's not your job to be thankful. It is a service. It is a gift that I just freely give. And so I think when I was pregnant with Max, I was super excited about that, to be able to give someone that love and to watch them grow and like help foster their interests and their whatever.
Bringing a cool kid into the world.
She's pretty cool, ripping on her bass. And so I think I knew what I didn't want to be, and I knew that I just wanted to love this person so much that they never, ever, ever woke up, thought like, am I loved? Am I anyone's? Oh, it's going to make me cry. Because this was a thought I had my whole life, right? Like, does anyone ever wake up and like think of me first? Or like, am I anyone's number one? And I never wanted my kid to feel that. I didn't even want it to be a thought. Like, oh, my mom loves me so. No, like just take it for granted. You know what I mean? Like, I want to love you so hard and so much that like, it's not even a thing that crosses your mind because all you know is how loved you are, or you feel it in your bones. Does that make sense? So with her, with Max, who's the most amazing person on the whole planet.
Basically a mini her.
She is in some ways. And
maybe
then
a little bit cooler.
She's so much cooler. I was getting this tattoo today. And this guy,
Show it.
Can you see it? It's a little dragon.
I'll show you a picture.
Max loves dragons, and so I got this little dragon tattoo for her. But the guy was asking like about my life and Max, and he was like, "Oh man, she sounds so cool." And I was like, "Bro, you don't even know. She's so cool. Like I've never been half as cool as she is. I'm not cool at all. I'm kind of embarrassing, but
I always thought you were cool.
Okay.
In your defense.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think you're cool enough to bring you around all my friends.
well, you didn't have much of a choice. I guess you could have been like, "Oh, my friends are all working and they're busy." But you didn't, so that's good.
I think we've been able to take a lot of our stories and our childhood and mom and mold it into an art form. And I think she is very supportive of that, especially in terms of TikTok and podcasting and all of this, because she was like, yeah, Aidan, use my stories, tell your stories, because like you can at least get something out of it.
Right.
Tell it. Use
Right.
like if
Yeah.
I could give you that, which I think is great. And I am grateful for that, because I've used it for stand-up, I've used it for scholarships, I've used
sure.
it for
sure.
TikTok, podcasts, meeting friends and having them love me because I am so honest and open about everything. So I do think that art is a big thing that we got out of it, which you did too, no?
I think so. I write-ish.
You do. Just say it.
I write-ish. And it's really hard for me to write those stories, though. Mostly because it feels like, well, there's this whole like enoughness thing with writing, for sure. And that's really scary to me. But mostly it's like, I don't want to tell stories that have been told already. And like, I think about, even now, like sitting here telling these stories, it's like, oh, this has been done. Or
By
like,
you?
just by the world. Do you know what I mean? Or like, I don't want it to be hate on my mom fest. Not that I could like, I mean, I can sprinkle some things in like in my writing, but I just find it really hard to write about that. And I really never do. Like when I was writing a lot of poetry, I would I would write about a lot of it. Like, but it was so the things I would write they were graphic and like really like you felt it viscerally. And I think it feels really heavy-handed in writing. We were talking about this today because you had said something about like writing a memoir, and I was like, first of all, I fucking hate the genre unless you're Lydia
I
Yuknavitch.
love that
Like
genre.
it just can't be done well anymore.
I'm writing one.
And I don't want it to feel like James Frey-esque and liar. And so like I don't like that subset of literature, just generally speaking.
On a side note, just for you to know, my Texas title for my biography is called Big Red, like the soda. And that's my Texas
That's cute.
part of my life.
I like that.
Go on.
Anyway, so I just don't write about it much.
No.
Like more of what I'm writing about recently is just like internal dialogue of like what's happening in my life, being a mom, navigating marriage, navigating divorce, navigating marriage again, navigating work and friendships and sexuality.
Motherhood.
For sure. Like, and I like to write in like these little vignettes. I have a friend who is a professor of British literature at Baylor, and he also likes to write in vignettes. And so I just really enjoy that, but I don't think it's very interesting just because it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't have to go there.
No, you can talk. It's about you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so uncomfortable for me to talk about writing.
You're the one who brought up this whole thing.
No, I know. We can edit that out. No, but it is uncomfortable for me to talk about writing. Like, even when I think I want to, I find myself a lot, whether it's right now to you or like to friends, where I'm just like...
It's vulnerable?
I don't think so. I don't know what it is. That's probably something I should work on with my therapist, but it's like, I'll be excited to talk about it and like, oh, just, we don't have to keep talking about it. I'll stop. Like, this is boring.
But it's not. Are you doubting yourself?
Oh, who doesn't?
Me.
Oh, that must feel good. Yeah.
Sometimes I second guess myself.
Do you know what it is? I have a friend she's an art teacher at the school where I work, where Max goes to school. We were talking about she was making art or whatever, and she was asking me about writing. And I was like, yeah, I just, I think that I read so much and I love words and I love writing, and it's feels like my whole life sometimes. But sometimes I read these things, and I've said this a lot before. I read works of literature that make me feel like I want to spend the rest of my life writing. Simultaneously, it makes me feel like I never want to write another word for the rest of my life, because I often feel like, what do I have to give in that world? What do I have to say that hasn't already been said better? What do I have to offer that hasn't already been offered? And if I can't do it and be excellent, then I don't see the point. Just like I'm not going to go buy art that's fine. I'm not going to read a book that's like Colleen Hoover. But
what you have to offer is you. You have to offer your version of the stories that have been told, your version of your truth.
But I think until I feel like I can do that in a way that is not just artistic, it's a matter of, this sounds so fucking stupid, but I think it is a matter of excellence.
It's never going to be perfect, though.
I understand that. I didn't say perfect. I don't want to put something out there unless I look at it and go, this is good. But I wonder too, like, not that I'm like other writers who are excellent, I'm not saying that, but like, I wonder if like Magda Szabo, who's this Hungarian writer I love, like, I wonder if she looked at her work and went, this is excellent, this is masterful, this is art.
Or did she second guess every bit of it?
But did she ever feel that way?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know, that maybe some people feel that way, maybe some people don't, but...
Yeah, for me, I my goal is to get it done. These podcasts, my poem that I did, my acting, I know it can always be better, but my goal is to do it and get it done.
It's a really good goal.
And to prove to myself that, okay, I can do it.
Right. And then that's 10,000 hours, right?
Yeah. And I know that I know it can be better. I know I can add graphics. I know I can add more videos, and I know I can add more pictures and inserts and make it so much bigger and be like all the other podcasters and YouTubers and actors. But I just want to do it. I want to do it and make sure that I made my mark. I did what my soul has called me to do, and I'm doing it.
Right.
It's not perfect, but I'm not perfect.
Right.
And I know I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
But I'm trying, and I'm here. And here I am.
You need to give me a little bit of that. I need a little bit of that. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is just too vulnerable. And also, like, my life feels really busy. And I think, well, no, I don't mean it like that. I mean, and this is part of motherhood, right? Like, I would love nothing more in this world than to live somewhere beautiful in the middle of nowhere and have the time and the mental space to spend hours and hours a day writing and honing my craft that way. I would love to do that. But I think that artistically, you have to be in a space where not only can you dedicate and devote that time every day in a very ritualistic way, right? The same space, the same routine, and do it. Do your art every single day for hours a day. That's how you get by that whole 10,000 hours idea. But it takes me into such an emotional place. I don't have that to give.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, I'm with 700 kids every day, plus my own kid. And I don't have... Sometimes I come home. I love my job so much. It's the best job in the whole world. I love kids. I love what I do. But I come home sometimes and I'm like, nothing left to give. There's nothing left for me to give. Can't. Now, like right now, we're on summer break and there is that time. But I think I spend the first month recovering. Like, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to go to hike in the woods. I'm going to run 15 miles,
gallivant through New York.
Anyway, so I don't know. Art is hard. I so admire you for what you're doing here. I have so much admiration for you chasing your dream and dedicating your whole life to it. And I think no, it's not easy. And nor should it be. Do you know what I mean?
I wish it was.
It shouldn't be easy. Anything, this sounds so cliche, but anything worth doing is hard. Life is fucking hard. Life is hard and it is messy. And here we are, we're just wading through the shit together. And sometimes it's beautiful, glorious shit. And sometimes it's boring. And sometimes it's
diarrhea.
So gross. But do you know what I mean? But that's what gives it meaning, right? Because I watched this video the other day that was like you guys are out here looking for purpose in life. What's the meaning of life? What's my purpose? What's whatever. But the truth is, there's not a meaning to it. There is no purpose to life. What it is the meaning that you make of it, right? The point of it all, as silly as it sounds, the point of all of it is just to love and be as fucking present as you can, right? Sing on the subway, shout out for Julianne Moore, love your daughter with every fiber of your being so that you vibrate with it.
Yeah.
Chase your dreams, hang out with your friends, stay up late drinking wine or vodka tonics. But laugh. Say what you mean and mean what you say, right?
1 second. I also want to add with the art of it all. I feel like you can benefit from the artist way. I feel like you need to read that book and you need to try that. It's very important. It's very profound. I've tried it. I've tried to get through it several times, but ADHD and reading for me. And, I'm not the biggest reader
Reading, yeah.
and dyslexia, but I really think you could benefit from the artist
Can I
way.
borrow it from you?
Yeah, you really need to do that. But it's like 1 word a day, sister. You don't have to have this ideal, perfect scenario for you to write. I understand how emotional and how important and how profound it is for you, but it's also like doing 1 word a day, at least
Something.
it's something.
Yeah.
At least it's your 1 second towards 1 step,
Right.
1 day
Right.
closer towards writing or what you want to write. Doing,
Take a step.
yes, 1
Step.
word. Because
That's fair. That's
it
fair.
doesn't have to, it will never be the perfect scenario.
No, you're right. See, here's the thing is I am really good about giving advice.
You're not good
That's
at
it.
taking it.
Cut. We're done. No, but like you had this situation a while back,
Yeah.
however long ago, and you had feelings for a person and you were like, oh, what should I do? What should I do? And I was like, King, say it. You obviously say it. Right? And I think sometimes that's what drives you crazy about me is like, say it, do it, make a move. You don't know unless you try. Maybe that's your point with writing. So we'll couch that thought for later. But I do think that's true, like generally in life. Like we sit around waiting all the fucking time. And you want to talk about being present? Stop fucking waiting.
Yeah.
Wait. Like it's not this thing like, oh, when I get there, it's going to be good. When this happens, it'll be good. Like just make it good. And if you can't, at the very least, just share it, say it, do it, make a move, take a step. I had a friend who was like going through something and I was like, all you have to do is take a step. What's the step? Take the step. That's it. 1 step. When I went through this really bad depression lots of times.
Same.
Trauma. But I was going through this like really bad depression, the kind where like I was sitting in my car after work and I was so sad, like beyond sad in my bones. I hurt. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think I could walk to my door. And I got to like the entrance of my apartment building and I sat down and I was just sobbing. This is so sad. I was sobbing and I was sitting there like, I want to die. I don't want to live anymore. Not that I was necessarily, but I just like, if I could have just gone like that and not like I just was erased, I would have done that, right? And I remember thinking, okay, Kristen, like, you just have to take a step. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or whatever, but like, all you have to do is take the next step. So for me, like, what was that next step? And I talked myself through it. Like, how are you going to get to your apartment? I couldn't walk. Like that. Crawl. I crawled to my fucking apartment door. And then I was like, what's next? What do you have to do next? Find your keys. Found my keys. Open your door. Get inside. Close the door. What do you have to do now? Get in bed. What do you have to do now? Pull the covers over you. What do you have to do now? Stay alive. What do you have to do now? Keep breathing. What do you have? Like that. Like every second was a step I had to take. And for me in that moment, in that time, all I had to do was take those little baby steps. And so sometimes the steps look like that, right? Like maybe not that sad.
I will say, staying on the sad level, that moment made me a little emotional because that's exactly what you did for me when Mom P passed away.
Stop it. That's going to make me cry.
But that's exactly what you did for me. That moment prepared you for this moment because it was exactly that. I'm sure you remember.
I do.
You had to walk me through every second of that. And that was a lot. Yeah.
I'm glad you had her.
I miss her.
I know. It's hard to miss your mom.
A lot. But yeah.
So I think, so sometimes life looks like that, right? Like sometimes life is second by second and taking a step. And sometimes it's big steps, like telling somebody how you feel about them.
Yeah.
And then they don't feel the same way back. And it's heartbreaking. And you
make fun of it.
You make fun of it.
Make fun of yourself a little bit.
Yeah. You
joke about it.
Pretend you're over it.
secretly think about it a little bit more, and then you get over it.
But like one day that's going to happen for you, right? Where you say the thing and then the person's like, do you know I'm in love with you too?
Stop
I think
it.
you're wonderful and I think you're amazing and you're not too much for me. And in fact, like, I want nothing more than to wake up with you every day. And I've been thinking about you too. And thank you, right? Like, that is going to happen. But you have to make those steps.
Yeah.
You have to do the thing. You have to write. You have to be an actor. You have to do those every day.
That's
exhausting.
It is exhausting. Ooh. But that's why I am not as worried. I mean, there's moments throughout, we're talking about boys now, but there is relationships. There is moments where I'm like stressed out about the fact that I'm almost 30 and never really have been in a real relationship. Then like that gets to me sometimes. Who wouldn't it get to, you know? But it's also like, I know what my purpose is.
Yeah.
I've known what my purpose is since I was 6 years old. Mm-hmm. I've known what I'm here to do. Mm-hmm. It's to act. It's to share my love, light, joy, and happiness. And
that hair.
And my hair. As long as I have it. And I just feel like everything is gonna fall into place. And all I can do is continuing to carve my path in the world and carving and continue down my lane because everything is going to work out for me. It always does.
I say that all the time.
Me too.
I always say that. Everything's going to work out because it always does. It literally has never not worked out.
Never. Ever. Everything works out for me. Everything it always does. And it does. And it's stressful sometimes and it cuts it close. It cuts it real close sometimes. But it always works out for me.
I think when you think about life like that, too, this is the way I see things. And I don't know if it's maybe because I just feel like I'm this person who just speaks it, you know, like. Mm-hmm.
She's a Leo. Aries.
I think that I have never failed in my whole life. That's stupid. Of course, like I am not a successful individual by normal standards. I think I'm very successful because I'm very
I think you're a
successful
big sister. I think you're a successful mom.
Thanks.
I think that you're a successful daughter.
Thanks. But what I mean is like, not that I haven't had moments of failure or disappointment or made mistakes or whatever, but like, please. Do you know what I mean? Like, it has never all fallen apart because I absolutely fucking won't let it fall apart. And I will never let it fall apart. Not to say that bad things don't happen, won't happen, that I won't get my heart broken. Lord knows I have, right? But we don't fail. That sounds arrogant. I don't mean it quite like that.
It's mean like everything works out for me. Everything works out for us.
And it probably, like, it does for you too. You just look at it in a way that's like, that was a failure or it has all fallen apart. But, oh, this sounds so new agey, but like, don't speak that. Don't put that shit out there. It hasn't all fallen apart because like, here you are. Anyway, yeah, Pride was fun.
You really just switched that.
But so Pride's over. I don't know if you guys know this. It's not Pride anymore.
Yeah.
So no more being gay.
Yeah.
We are all straight as arrows.
Yeah.
We're all straight now. So
we are bouncing all over the place. So I really hope y'all are following along.
I hope you do a good job editing because
I'm gonna keep it pretty much the same format. I'll switch some things around, but for the most part, good luck, y'all.
Good luck.
So I feel like I am grateful, and I've talked about this in some of my other podcast episodes, my coming out video, like when I came out and you were like, that's all you had to say? That's what you had to tell me?
I knew.
Yeah.
Those dusty ass, crusty steps of mom's old apartment.
But I feel like sexuality has never been, especially on the white side at least, it's never been something that was taboo, something that was like, like, we don't talk about
which is
that.
Highly unusual, especially in Texas.
The South, especially for grandpa's generation and everything.
For sure.
So crazy.
Yeah.
And like, we were very lucky in that regard.
But Jean really like
paved the way.
She really did. But, and even then.
And mom too.
Yeah, and mom too. Like, it wasn't, I never thought growing up that gay was wrong, or like when I had my first girlfriend, it never crossed my mind that like, oh, I shouldn't say this to my family, or like, this has to be a secret, or I never felt ashamed. I never felt like nothing.
Yeah.
Our family in that way was so accepting and wonderful.
I never felt that way with my white side.
Yeah, even my dad still, like, I had said something about being half gay, and he was like, you're not gay, you're married. And I was like, well, first of all, I said half gay, you idiot, but I love my dad. Second, like, he's in such denial. He's like such a Bible thumper. He used to send us, like, we have this family group chat, and he would send scripture every day. And listen, y'all, when I was pregnant, I had an even lower tolerance for bullshit. And so my dad would send this, and I was like, please stop doing this. This is before like you could block or mute text, right? And I was
That's
like,
how old we are.
I know. Please stop sending this, stop sending. I'd asked him multiple times, and I was like, if you don't stop, I'm going to embarrass you, and I'm going to send something that you don't like. And he was like, you would not do that. And I just said, like, you can try me. And now, mind you, I'm in this group chat, not only with my family, but like the pastor of his church, his brothers and sisters in Christ, like everybody. And he sends a message one morning after I'd been barfing my brains out from morning sickness, and I found a picture of a flaccid dick, and I sent it to everybody. Don't fucking try me.
That's hilarious.
And he was like, before he shut the chat down, he was like, everybody please pray for my daughter. Like, she's learning wicked ways in Austin or something. I don't know. At least I didn't send something with like two girls scissoring, although probably they all would have been into that. That's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You should have sent a flaccid one of two of them touching
Like,
each other. Yeah.
That's not how it goes, though, I don't think.
Sword fighting.
Sword fighting. Anyway,
But
so yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm grateful that we didn't struggle with that.
Yeah, for sure.
There was never like, I'm gay, I'm not gay. It was just like, whatever.
Yeah, I never came out to Grandpa. I still haven't.
You still haven't?
Yeah.
I wonder if he knows.
He definitely knows.
He definitely knows. Although he did, when he called, I was already here, and he was like, don't lead Aidan astray. I'm like, I don't know that I'm the one you have to be worried about. Like, I just want to go to my little bookstore and shake my ass in the club. But we did that a little bit.
Yeah, we did both of those things. So let's go back to some of your craziest memories that you had throughout childhood, because I know she has some really good stories.
I have really good stories. But what if I want to save it for my famous stand-up career?
You could do both, because not all your stand-up are going to watch this.
Okay, well, you never know. Julianne. Some of my crazy, I'm like trying to change the subject because I don't want to talk about it. Craziest memories? Shit.
Ketchup packets.
Ketchup packets? Oh, that's so sad. So ketchup packets, we often didn't have enough food, which I think Mom sometimes gets really angry when I say stuff like that, because she's like, we always had stuff. We might have had the funds for it, or like food stamps or whatever, but that didn't mean there was always food in the house. And I have 3 food memories, 3 big ones. Like, one, we were at my dad's trailer, and he was sleeping with this underage girl. I say sleeping with because I don't like to use the R word, even though that's what it was. It's very hard for me. Anyway, and we were really hungry, and there was like beer and shit, but no food. And Josh, our little brother, or my little brother, your big brother, he was so little. And I always have felt really protective of you guys, and I just wanted to take care of him, but there wasn't any food. And I opened all of the kitchen drawers looking for just something, anything, and found ketchup packets. And that was it. Like, I don't know, 20 ketchup packets. And I was like, here, eat this, and let's pretend like it's ice cream. Like, it's going to make me cry. And I was like, yeah, just eat this, and let's pretend like it's ice cream. Like, it's a hot day, and like, we're going to get ice cream, and that's what we're eating. It's red ice cream. And we sucked on those ketchup packets, and we ate ketchup packets. And like, while that's not like a wild and crazy memory, that's a really, really just raw memory. Also with my dad, like, there was no food in the house. We were hungry. At this point, I had many siblings. He was with Lydia. And so like I think there were like 3 or 4 of my younger siblings. They're not his siblings.
We have different dads.
And it was the day after Halloween, and we had Halloween costumes. And I was like, all right, everybody go put your Halloween costume on. And so all the kids went and put on their Halloween costume. And I said, okay, we're going trick-or-treating for breakfast. And we did. We lived in like this trailer park in McQueenie or whatever. And I got all of the kids and we took our little baskets and we went trick-or-treating for breakfast, and somebody gave us breakfast.
What did you say?
I don't remember. Like, I just remember
it working.
I just remember knowing like I was hungry and the kids were hungry, and I'm the type of person like,
you're so resourceful.
I am that. If it's the end of the world, you want me on your team. I won't be on all y'all's team, but I'll be on your team. But like, I think that's what it is too, right? Like, about childhood and motherhood now. Like, if I see something that needs to be done, like, I'm gonna get it done. If you need something, if you're my best friend and you need something, if you're my child and you need something, I will figure out a fucking way to get it done. And I think sometimes, like, when I think about success and like, I didn't finish college, or like, I don't have this successful career in society's estimation of what that is. And sometimes I can get a bit down on myself about it. Like, I should be more than what I am, whatever. But then I think, like,
isn't it crazy how the world tells us we're too much and we think we're not enough?
100%. Oh, trauma. Yeah. But then I think of that and I look at that and I go like, okay, wait, pause. 'Cause I am really fucking successful then. Right. Like, do you know one time, I don't know if you know the story, but we were living at my grandma Mary's house, in the hood in Seguin. Again, we're hungry and there really wasn't any food. She is the most amazing woman in the whole world. She has
both of our grandma Lupe, our Mexican grandmas.
Mexican grandmas.
They're the best. They're the best.
She has like 702 grandchildren and great-grandchildren because they all just keep having babies.
You included.
I have one.
That's the one.
But, well, what I'm saying is there aren't enough resources in that family, and she certainly didn't have enough resources. And she took care of every single one of us. Didn't waver, didn't think about it, didn't just, yes, I will take you. Yes, I will take them. Yes, I will take them. Yeah, so she just took care of all of us, but she has always lived in poverty, and not the type of poverty that's like I don't have money today and like I don't, can't buy this thing that I want, but like extreme poverty. Like, we wouldn't have toilet paper or food again. She always found a way, but it was really sad. And things weren't always good, to say the least. And anyway, so all the cousins, we're all at her house on Bimbo Street, and we're hungry. And again, being the oldest, I was like, okay, I got to figure this shit out. So what are we going to do? So my cousin Joseph and I walked over to Popo's church, and Popo is grandpa. And I took a handful of like pamphlets, like advertising our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And we went back to the house, got stuff together, and the kids stayed there, and we walked around. I was like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say we're collecting money for the church. And so we were knocking on doors, like asking if people wanted to make a donation, and I would hand them the pamphlets, and they gave us money. So we hightailed it to the goddamn convenience store and
got food.
And if that's not some type of religion, I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
that is God.
Because here's the thing, Republicans.
She went there.
Like, you care about a life when it's not out, when it's a fetus, but then here I am, and then all of a sudden it's like, bootstraps, baby. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I do.
So,
do they?
Man, that's a lot of food stories.
Yeah. I mean, drama.
Yeah. So lots of food stories. Lots of really hard stories too that I'm just not telling all of
Yeah,
like, because you know, a lot of it was like a ton of abuse and just
I'm so grateful that I didn't live your life because it wasn't easy. I mean, I lucked out with Mom Peggy and Grandpa, truly,
yeah.
truly,
You did, yeah.
and Grandma Loopy and Grandma Loopy. I just feel like, yeah, you and brother went through so much.
Yeah. Josh even more so, but that's not our
That's not our
story.
story to
Yeah.
tell. But damn, if I had you and brother's life, I could have so much more jokes to tell.
I could give you some of mine. You wouldn't let me tell some of your jokes yesterday. I mean, I'm going to.
I don't want to steal. I want to use my
You wanna
own
use your own.
stories.
Okay, that's fair.
In my autobiography, I'll add some of y'all's. Don't worry.
Terrible genre.
But yeah, no, there was a lot of crazy times that I remember, like mom chasing brother down the street, brother's friend down
With
the
the
street with
machete?
him. Yeah, after
Do you know she tried to stab me with a machete too?
wouldn't put it
Oh,
past her.
again, she wasn't trying to stab me. If she wanted to stab me, she would have
would have
stabbed
stabbed
me.
you.
She didn't try to stab me with a machete, but she was super fucking drunk. I don't think she was using it this time. She might have been. I can't remember, but she was with Robert, who also would like beat the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Another stand-up story.
Oh, I did not like it. That's another good one for me too, because I did not like him because he popped my balloons. And mom said,
He was just like mean.
He was so mean. And I remember him laughing about it, and I hated that man.
Okay, so before I get to the machete story, he would do shit like that to me all the time because I would like hit him or like say, just, you know, I'm real mouthy and would say shit to him. He had a cat. Her name was Skittles. And
It was our cat, no? Because
yeah,
it was your cat.
Yeah. And he took her into his room and was like, I killed your cat. She's dead. Like, you know, and like that cat. I loved that cat so much.
She was Pudgy's mom and Pudgy was Daisy's mom. So Skittles was Daisy's grandma.
That's right. The legacy. So he took my cat and I didn't know, was she dead? But I don't play. Like, don't try me. And I'm like 12 years old at this point.
That's your child.
Don't try me. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't mess with people or animals I care about. So he had just gone shopping and we were poor, so poor, but he took all of this money and like bought all this like Nike everything, sweatpants, sweaters, shirts, hats, socks, shoes, so much. And his bags were right there in front of his door. He hadn't taken them into their room yet. And I got all his shit and I put it in the washing machine and I got bleach and I poured it over all that shit. I have no idea what happened after that. I don't remember.
It's trauma.
But like, I don't know why I told that story, but like, just don't.
Yeah. So one of my friends, Amy, her ex-boyfriend was the son of him.
Oh.
So I always joked with him like we could have been brothers or whatever. But I just that's crazy how the world comes full circle.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, the machete story.
Oh yeah.
So they were out drinking or whatever, and we lived on Bitter Creek Road in South Austin, and they were fighting and he was hitting her or whatever. And it was late. It was like 2, 3 in the morning, and mom's in her underwear and like a tank top. And Robert got in his truck to like take off, but hadn't started it yet. And I, for some reason, was outside and I don't remember why, but she had a fucking machete. Like it was his machete. Like why we just had machetes lying around our whole life, I don't know. But she was running and like at me, I think trying to get to him. Not that I was protecting his dumb broke ass, but like she was running with the machete raised and like yelling. I can't remember what, but I was sure in that moment, like, oh, she's going to kill me. Like, she's going to stab me. She didn't. But like, I didn't know. And like, I ran out of the way and Robert backed up his truck and started driving down the street. And she's running after him. And she like tripped and passed out. And of course, in my like 12-year-old, 11-year-old brain, I'm like, she's going to get run over and she's going to die. And like, right this whole time, like my greatest fear is something happening to my mom because I loved her so much, even then, especially then. And I was so tiny and I had to drag her out of the road, like all of her. I had to drag her out of the road so she wasn't run over.
It's incredible what we can do.
right? Like super strength. Boom.
One time Mom Peggy tripped over her chancla and she was laying face first on the gravel. And Mom Peggy, again, big woman, and Grandpa was yelling at us and yelling at her, cussing her out, saying all these mean things because Grandpa, whenever we got hurt, he would blame us.
And he would panic.
Yeah, and he would just yell at us and cuss us out. And I remember yelling at him to shut the f up. And then I picked Mom Peggy up myself. Well, she like rolled over and sat down, but I picked her up myself and she was like, Superman, Aidan.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was like your adrenaline was
Great.
flowing through your veins. Like, yeah, I don't know. There's just so many things like that where it's like.
Maybe that's where I get my strength from.
Maybe so.
Because like I had to push her around in a wheelchair for a year. So maybe like.
That was no small feat.
Yeah. That's a 300-pound weight, essentially, that I was lifting and doing and pushing.
Yeah. I don't know. Life was.
It's crazy how all these
challenging.
Things, yeah. Life. Go ahead.
No, but like, it's good.
It's good. I am grateful.
Like, what are the good things you got from it?
Well, one thing. First things first, the good thing I got from it was you. Because I feel like without you, I wouldn't have been able. This is not me getting emotional. It's me. There's something in my throat. But I feel like without you, I wouldn't have been able to navigate this life. And I feel like I'm very grateful for you. And I feel like you know this, but.
I do, yeah.
I couldn't even imagine going through life without you because I can't, I don't know what that life would even look like because y'all know how challenging this was and this is and processing it has been such a whirlwind in and of itself.
Yeah.
And you have always been a consistent heartbeat in my life. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. Because it has helped me in ways that only you can understand.
Thank you.
But yeah, I
feel that same way about you though too. You and Josh, even though that's a challenging relationship right now. Like, I don't know what I would be without you guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, you guys gave me purpose and you gave my days.
be sorry.
You guys gave my days meaning. Do you know what I mean? Like, I had to like keep figuring out a way or like keep taking the next step because like you guys. So thanks. I feel that same way about you.
Yeah. My favorite thing in life as a kid was getting to see you. I'm so grateful that we didn't have to go through this alone. It wasn't fun.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have had to go through it.
For sure.
But I'm grateful we didn't have to go through it alone. Love you.
I love you too. Even though we didn't get I love you tattoos.
Not yet.
What did you gain from it that isn't like, oh, it's made me a stronger person?
No,
like,
I mean, I want to say a lot of my personality comes from it, but it's like humanity, compassion, grace, understanding, empathy, being able to connect with people who are often othered.
Sure. Yeah, I can see that.
Being able to be friends with everybody, being able to know that I fit in almost anywhere I go, be it because of how I look, be it because of what I've experienced, be it because of my life and my circumstances.
Yeah.
I fit into so many different worlds.
You're like the kindest, most compassionate person I know.
I really try.
You are.
And I think that's Mom Peggy for a lot of ways, and Grandma Loopy.
Yeah.
And Mom Shauna.
She's very compassionate.
But I feel like everything we went through has really helped guide me to this moment, to right here. I feel like having an obese mom has helped me have a different beauty standard and make me appreciate everybody. I feel like having a mom as a crackhead has helped me have compassion for and understanding and being able to connect with people from other walks of life because I get it. I
Yeah.
understand that we've all went through crazy hard things, and yet
Right.
here we are in this moment. Having Aunt Jolly has helped me have my art and my life and
Yeah.
my passion for things. Having Grandma Lupi has helped me embrace my Mexicanness, embrace my heritage,
Mm.
my cooking, my food.
Yeah.
Monica too, with my
Yeah.
food. Having you and brother has helped me understand in a certain way. Like, I often say that I'm like an only child with siblings
Right. Yeah.
because that's
Because
what
you
it feels
largely
like.
grew up, yeah,
Yeah.
as one.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm an only child with siblings. It's
Yeah.
very weird
Yeah.
dynamic, but I understand what it's like fitting into different age groups and
Yeah. Different
having
dynamics.
different dynamics, having you and mom and grandpa and mom Peggy be in these relationships that are so age diverse, and me being raised by my grandparents has helped me understand and know and relate to all different ages, which is cool. There's a lot of factors in my life, and there's a lot of things that have came and went in my life that have helped shape me into who I am today.
Yeah. I love that.
What about you?
Um,
Yours is going to be so much better than mine.
no, I don't think so. I think that the gift that it gave me, and I already said this, but like the gift it gave me is how hard I love. And this is going to sound like sad, but it really isn't, because I think it's one of the most beautiful things in the world is like not only how hard I love, but how let that just be. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to feel that same way back as hard or as intense, right? I'm good. Just, I'm happy to love, right? And it is, I don't need, I'm not saying I don't need to be loved. I don't mean that, everybody does, but like, it doesn't have to be equal there. It doesn't have to be equal. I can just delight in loving you, whoever you are, right? And I'm okay with that because that's my purpose in this life, is just to love really hard, whether you're one of my 700 kids at school or my brother or my mom or my daughter or my husband or my best friend, or just, I just love you. And that's enough. So that's what I got.
I love that. That's beautiful. I wish
Thanks.
I could do that, but I like being loved back.
I do too, but you know.
I crave it. Let's get into these last 6 questions.
These are the questions you ask everybody?
These are the questions I ask all my guests, and they always have trouble. So if you need an example, just ask me. So, okay, question number 1. What is one childhood dream you've kept alive or still secretly want to chase? It can be silly.
Writing.
Writing?
Yeah.
Easy?
I have wanted to write since I was a very little girl. Like, school would bring in different authors, like for author visits or whatever. Or I remember reading Ogden Nash poetry, and I would copy his poems down and then rewrite them, and like always forever writing. It's still a dream that I hope to one day chase or something.
Well, you have been. You just need to.
All right, moving on.
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
What's the most, this is the one people get tripped up on a lot. What's the most you moment you've ever had? Something that just screams your personality. I don't think you're going to have trouble with us. I feel like your problem is you have way too many.
Yeah, because I don't care what I look like, and I don't care what people think about me. I really mean that. I don't care. Stand Up Monday was the most me moment. Standing on a bench and dancing in the subway tunnel was a me moment.
Screaming Julianne every 5 seconds.
Yeah, like leaving my ex-husband was a me moment. I didn't have anything, but I couldn't stay. The times in my life that I've confessed my love, those are me moments. I have lots of them because
You're always true to yourself.
I'm just unapologetically me.
As it should
Even
be.
when I doubt myself, just like, you either love me or you don't, or you whatever. Like, but I don't give a shit. I'm just going to do me and it'll work out.
It always
It
does.
always does.
And I think y'all should always be you too. Okay. If you could relive one magical moment in your life, what would it be?
This one's so easy. When I first met my daughter.
Everyone who has kids, that's always their answer.
Oh, they put her on my chest and I immediately started nursing her. And she looked up at me and she still had the white stuff. But I'll never, ever forget that, because my very first words to her, they put her on my chest. I'm going to cry again. And my first words to her were, I am so proud of you.
I love that.
I'm really ready to get home to her tomorrow.
That gave me so many goosebumps. What's one thing you'd want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for loving people. That's it.
What's a small moment or memory in your life that had a big impact on who you are today?
Our Aunt Dido was our grandpa's oldest sister and a magical force in my life. The most fabulous person
Truly.
that I had ever met. Taught me that we don't drink frozen margaritas. We only drink margaritas on the rocks. And she called Rick Perry's wife, Anita Dick Perry. Anyway, she was magical and wonderful in every way. And I will never forget, this is a time that I had to be basically evacuated from Mom's house because things were super violent and hard and lots of things. And my aunts came to pick me up and drove me to Beeville with Jolly, and Dido was there. And I was so sad. I was really sad.
Me, rightfully so.
And nothing would cheer me up. And I think there was a hurricane coming to be it was Beeville's on the coast. And we were cooking or something, and we're all girls and women in the kitchen and laughing, or they were laughing. And I kind of came into the kitchen, and I started laughing, whatever they were doing, can't even remember. But I'll never forget that she turned and looked at me, and she had her sunglasses on inside in the middle of a hurricane. And she was like, we're making memories. If nothing else, all of this is making memories. And I think that changed me at my core, because it was yes, this happened and this is sad, but here we are making memories. And that's what I think I try to do every day, right? We might say romanticizing whatever, but I try to do that. For you, for Max, for my friends, making memories.
She's with us right now.
She's always with us.
My favorite memory of Aunt Dido is we were eating at El Ranchito, and I was a big thrower-upper back in the day, as you know, and we were sitting there, and I had finished my food, and I was still hungry, and I wanted more food, and she was, Aidan, wait 20 minutes, and if you're still hungry, then you can eat more, and then if you're not hungry, you're full. That's my biggest,
that's so great,
main memory from her.
She was amazing.
I love her.
Such an amazing.
She drove a red Ferrari.
No, you wish. It was a Mustang.
A red.
Down. We are not old money.
Tomato. She drove a red, for me, a gay. It's all the same.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, she drove a red Mustang everywhere.
Yeah.
That was her car. How old was she when she bought that?
I don't know.
Old.
Yeah, it was not too long before she died. Which even that, her death.
She took her own life.
But she was in a lot of pain. She had broken her back.
It was not an easy life. I
remember being so sad, but also fuck yes. That was the most Dido thing to do.
I remember all of it so
yeah,
vividly.
Not to glorify that, but you just decided you were done. And then you were. But you took control of that. That sounds really fucked up, but and I think there's poetry there, right?
In certain situations when...
Because it had been a lot. She was sick a lot and in a lot of pain. And
literally, she slipped and fell going to get her mail.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
That was the catalyst of all of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Anyway.
that's the word, but that's the word.
Yeah. Next question.
Last question. Who in your life taught you the most about being true to yourself, and what did you learn from them?
Again, easy. Max. I wasn't in a good marriage to Max's dad, and I remember, like, I shouldn't have been in it in the first place. And I remember looking at this tiny little baby and thinking, like, is this who I want to be for her? Like, is this who I want to show? Is this what I want to model? And like, whatever, that day I was like, I'm not fucking doing this anymore. Like, I'm not gonna submit. I'm not going to be quiet. I'm not going to, because I wasn't that before, but I had forgotten that in that marriage, in that relationship. And I like really diminished myself and put myself in a box. Like, I think with him, it was like, if I make myself smaller, not physically, although that too, but like, if I make myself smaller or quieter or calmer or less, yeah, like it'll be good, and like he will love me and everything will be fine. And I did that for a long time. And then I was like, you know what? Like, fuck this. I'm not modeling this for this kid. And so I think like Max really has made me so much stronger and more confident and more everything, because I think even beauty standards, whatever, like, what do I want to show her? What do I want to teach her? What a woman is, what a woman should be, how a woman carries herself. How do I want to be graceful and strong at the same time? Grace with strength. Yeah.
I love that.
Anyway, thanks, Max.
Thanks, Max. I love you.
I love you too.
I
This
love
was
you
fun.
so much.
I love you so much.
I'm grateful we got to do this.
Me too.
I feel like it was important for us.
I think so.
And
It's
for our
good.
kids. One day Max is going to watch this.
Yeah. With your kids.
Yeah. I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you so much for watching this video or listening to this podcast. I feel like we had a lot to say, and I'm happy that she was here to validate my stories and to, I don't know, let all of us know that, well, first of all, we all need a big sister, like my big sister every now and then. So hopefully you got something out of that. Because I feel like she has a lot of great nuggets that we all can learn from and grow from and grow through. Please be sure to like, follow, share, subscribe, all those good things. Definitely share this with someone if you know someone who's went through something crazy like this or has a traumatic childhood or anything really and can gain something out of it. Share it with them, because I feel like, why not? At least it shows them that you're thinking of them, right? Right?
Yeah,
you never know. So thank you so much, and I look forward to the next one. Love you, mean it. Bye.
Bye.
Say it with me.
Trauma.